Hey guys, did you know 2 deer left alone for 7 years can have up to 35 babies? Well, let me tell you, that makes for a lot of deer jerky. And today, I'm going to be demonstrating how to make homemade deer jerky. What you're going to need for this is, of course, fresh deer meat, which I prefer to use the hind quarter in this situation. Along with the cutting board, a good sharp knife, you're going to need a bowl for your marinade, which I already have my marinade mixed up with a couple extra pieces of deer meat already cut up in there. And my marinade of choice is teriyaki. And then you can use any kind of spice you prefer. I choose Tony's Creole and black pepper. You're also going to need tinfoil, and I'll explain later where this comes into effect, and toothpicks. What I'm going to do to start with is just cut a piece of meat just to show kind of the thickness of what I generally use when making jerky. You don't want the jerky too thick so that when it cooks for a couple hours, it'll be still raw in the middle, but you want it just thin enough so it'll stay together. So what I'm gonna do is place that in there. I usually let this set overnight in the refrigerator and let it marinate and soak up all the juices. But for right now, we don't have that kind of time, so I'm gonna move to the next step. What I'm going to do with my tinfoil is I'm just going to make a simple tray to place under the rack, so while the jerky's cooking, the marinade will drip off into this and won't make a mess into the bottom of the oven. You simply bend the corners and just raise the edges, just like that, and it'll catch all your drippings. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to place this in the bottom of the oven. Next, I'm going to take the rack out. You want to set the rack up so your deer meat won't be touching anything as you set it. Great. So now what I'm going to do is take the meat out, and with the toothpicks, I'm going to place in the end of the meat, not too close to the end so it'll fall off, but so it won't be hanging over itself, and I'm going to place them directly onto the grate of the oven rack. And you want to spread these apart. Usually when I'm making a big batch, they're kind of close together, but that's not really what you want because you don't want them touching while they're cooking. So with that being done, we'll place them back in the oven. You usually want to cook these on 250 for about 2 hours, 2.5 hours. And then after they're done, you have a tasty treat. And this is your end result. A good piece of deer meat that you won't be able to find anywhere else. And with all this work being done and my demonstration here complete, I just want to end with the quote by the late Fred Bear. If you are not working to protect hunting, then you are working to destroy it.